So as you guys know, this is the second weekend of the Black Ops Cold War beta, and as of today, they've introduced double XP and double weapon XP. So if you're playing the beta, this weekend is a perfect weekend to level up all your weapons, try to unlock a whole bunch of different attachments, try everything that you want, and get a better feel for what you're going to be getting at the actual launch of the game. But that's not what I wanted to talk about today. I actually wanted to talk about something that we've already talked about on the channel, but this week we got a whole bunch more information on, and that is, as you can tell by the title, as you can tell by the thumbnail, the Haunting of Verdansk, which is the next big event in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And this is shaping up to be a really cool event. Probably the coolest one that we've got ever in the history of Modern Warfare. So if you didn't already know, this week we got like a 9.7 gig update. I think it was like a 20 gig update on PC. But in this update, there was a lot of leaked and data mined files inside the game that were added in the update for the Haunting of Verdansk. It essentially tells us everything that's going to be coming throughout this event. So what I thought we would do today is break it down and discuss everything that is going to be coming throughout Haunting of Verdansk and what all of these leaks actually are. Now, real quickly before we dive into the leaks, I just wanted to say thank you for the recent support on the channel. We are getting closer and closer to 1 million subscribers. We're right around the corner, less than 75,000 people away. And I was looking at my analytics, and there's about 60.9 nice percent of you guys who normally watch my videos who aren't actually subscribed to the channel. So if you like what you see here, want to stay up to date on everything Call of Duty, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. It's the best way to stay up to date on everything Modern Warfare, Black Ops Cold War, and basically anything Call of Duty. So as far as the leaks go, the first thing that we have here is a whole bunch of new bundles for Modern Warfare that were in the files in the 1.28 update. Now, a lot of these revolve around Halloween and the Haunting of Verdansk and that kind of theme, as you're seeing here. Now, an interesting thing about this is for the first time in a really long time, Call of Duty, Activision, and Infinity Ward have gone out of their way to get some pop culture and copyrighted content, as you're going to see throughout several of these bundles. It's interesting because Call of Duty has not done that in years. The last time I can really remember them doing this was like back in Call of Duty Ghost. I'm sure there was some other instances of this, but that's basically the first one that comes to my mind. But a really good example of this is the Saw bundle that you're looking at here. And by the way, we're looking at all of these on COD Tracker. He's the one that data mined them and has them all up on his website. But the first one we have here is the Saw bundle, and obviously the Billy skin, which is for Mort, is Jigsaw from the movie Saw, as well as several different themed calling cards, emblems, and so on. On top of this, there's a phlebotomist throwing knife, which is a brand new type of throwing knife that can actually be found as of right now within Warzone. Similarly, another good example of this is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre bundle, which we have the skin crawler skin, the meat grinder melee weapon, and on top of this, a chainsaw weapon charm. On top of this, we have the Dr. Karlov Lives bundle, and this one features Dr. Karlov, another new type of throwing knife, and these weapons actually have lightning weapon tracers, which is going to be super interesting to see how those actually work in game. Finally, my personal favorite is the Ghost Grim Reaper bundle. Obviously, we have Ghost as the Grim Reaper, the sickle melee weapon, and I just always love the Ghost bundles, and I think this is a perfect fit. Now, there are also several different Halloween gift packs that we're going to be receiving throughout Haunting of Verdansk as well, as you're seeing here. So those are kind of like the main Haunting of Verdansk bundles that we're going to be seeing over the next couple of weeks. But on top of this, there is something that is much more confusing. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about how in the game files, there was a new Alcatraz found within the game files with an image that kind of looked like Alcatraz during the daytime with Russian propaganda everywhere. Unfortunately, this isn't something that I can show you, but you may remember Alcatraz from Blackout in Black Ops 4. This was like a smaller map battle royale where you had respawns, and it appears to be getting more and more put into the game files of Warzone. Now, where this gets confusing is I've seen a couple of people tweet about this map, the remaking of Alcatraz, calling it Rebirth. And on top of this, if you look at the image or the leaked image of it, it kind of looks like Rebirth Island. Now, as you know, I really like the campaign of Call of Duty on this channel. We talk a lot about it. Rebirth Island was an island from the Black Ops 1 campaign where by the end of the game, Alex Mason kills Dr. Steiner, which of course, if they're redoing Alcatraz to instead be Rebirth Island, could directly tie into Black Ops Cold War and potentially be a map that is in Warzone at the beginning or launch of Black Ops Cold War. Now, it gets even crazier than this because remember back a couple of months ago when they revealed Black Ops Cold War with the LTM inside Warzone called Know Your History, where the nuke went off, everyone ran to Stadium in the middle, and then we got the trailer for for Black Ops Cold War? Well, yeah, there's been another LTM found within the game, which is logo is a nuke launching almost in a hammer and sickle kind of fashion. This is one of those things that I just can't show you, unfortunately. But the name of this playlist is called Rebirth, and it appears to be the final LTM before the launch of Black Ops Cold War, and could be the reveal for the Black Ops Cold War Warzone. Now, it doesn't seem like it's a coincidence that Rebirth is, first of all, Rebirth Island from Black Ops 1. On top of that, Alcatraz has been remade and named Rebirth within the files, and there is an LTM by the name of Rebirth. Somehow, all three of these have to be tied together, and the main way that makes sense to me is if they're adding in Alcatraz as the Rebirth Island in Warzone. That is the only thing that makes sense. The question is, when the hell are they going to have time to do this? Because after the beta is done this weekend, there's only like 2 to 3 weeks before the actual launch of Black Ops Cold War. So, it's going to be interesting, nonetheless, to see what happens here. Now, moving back to specifically the Haunting of Verdansk, we know that this is starting on October the 20th. And with this, we have talked in the past about several different game modes that we're getting, including Zombies Royale, which is kind of like Battle Royale meets Infected, where if you get killed, you become a zombie, and then if you get a kill on a human as a zombie, you can turn back into a human, so on and so forth. Also, the night mode of Warzone we have talked about as well, with 50v50, Mini Royale, Juggernaut Royale, all being added in this night map. Now, we don't know how long this night map is going to be here. All we know is that the Haunting of Verdansk only goes, I believe, until November the 3rd. Now, there has been more information leaked about this, saying that they are planning certain things for Warzone, including jump scares, a bride being on the map, and basically they're just trying to make it as spoopy as possible, which I think is absolutely awesome, and I'm really looking forward to see what they actually do with this and what they add into the Warzone map as a whole that can kind of, I guess, scare us. And I mean, we did already talk about that one really weird thing that they added at the beginning of Season 6, where if you go to the campsite close to the stadium, you can hear this. Now, speaking of the beginning of Season 6, another thing that we got was this image that you are seeing here. In this image, we see the two main characters for Season 6, including Farah and Nikolai, but down in the bottom right-hand corner, we have a third, which is, of course, Griggs. Now, we've talked about him coming with Season 6 before, and it appears as though this will probably happen next week. He'll be just another character that you can get with a bundle. Now, the weird thing is, with all of the bundles that we talked about earlier, he might actually get pushed off to after the Haunting of Verdansk. We'll have to wait to see when he actually gets added in. Also, with the beginning of Season 6, we had Soap McTavish added into the files of the game, finally. After all of this time, this is when he's finally been added in, and maybe he's coming at the end of Season 6 or early Season 7 or after the launch of Black Ops Cold War. That's still a little bit foggy to me, but it's important to mention that he is in the files. The last thing that we have for leaks is a weapon that was found in the game files after the AA-12 was added. This is a new pistol, which is the Makarov. Now, we've had this in many Call of Duty games before, and as of right now, there's very limited files for it in the game, but they are there and they were added recently. So maybe with Season 7, when Soap McTavish is added, I don't 100% know, but this is new, recently added to the game. So apparently at some point, this pistol will be added. So this is basically all of the leaks that we currently know as of right now: game modes, weapons, characters, skins, everything that we know about the Haunting of Verdansk and what is coming over the next little while to Warzone. Now, I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments. One thing I am personally curious about is multiplayer. We haven't heard anything about them adding a night map into multiplayer or anything like that. It's basically been all about Warzone, which kind of makes sense with the name Haunting of Verdansk, but I am curious to see if they do anything with multiplayer. But as of right now, this is everything that we know. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Like I said before, if you enjoyed this video, found it informative, it is always appreciated if you do hit that like button. It does really help out the channel. And if you want to help me on the road to 1 million subscribers, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, all of that jazz. If you're wondering, I will be streaming Black Ops Cold War tonight, probably around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so if you want to check that out, my Twitch is always linked, first link down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard, and I want